Hello guys, can you see this? Well, this was designed with a smartphone. In case you have a smartphone and you've not been doing anything with it, here is an opportunity for you to learn a skill that you can actually use your smartphone for. So this is flyer design. We are going to go through a step-by-step process on how we can achieve this. And today we are going to be having someone else to take us on that, and that is Joseph Tochi. Okay, so he's actually a mobile phone designer. He designs with his phone. Even if you are good with the system and you design with the system, I think you actually need this. What if you're in a position whereby you cannot access your system, right? So how will you be able to deliver? So this is an opportunity for you to learn a skill that you can actually use it anywhere you are, whether you are in your comfort zone or not. If you want to learn this better, you can reach out to him. His details there. So today he's going to be showing us on how we can achieve that particular flyer design, and this is a step-by-step process. Can you see it down to the end? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more of this.
Hello, you're welcome to this video. My name is Joseph Tochi. So in this video, we're going to be learning how to create marketing designs like this using just your smartphone, how to make social media designs as beautiful as this using just your smartphone. So we're going to be duplicating this exactly from scratch. All right. So what app are we going to be using? First of all, you have to go to your Play Store and download the application, which is Pixel Lab, right? So this is the app we're using, Pixel Lab. So we're going to be using this app now. I already have it, or they asked me to update. All right, so I already have it. So I'm just going to close that. So you're going to download this. Look at the icon in case you don't know it. All right. So I'm going to close the app and come to my app session and look for it. All right. So this is the lab I have. Now, when you click on it, it's going to, if you're coming for the first time, you're not going to see a message like this. So this is to recover my previous project, and I'm going to click OK. So as you can see, this was just my previous project, the last project I did. So I'm going to save it so that I can restart it to help you. All right. So I'm just going to save it with Go or some letters and numbers. All right. So okay, so it's saved now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to clear everything, right? So if you're coming here for the first time, this is what you're going to see. So this is Pixel Lab. It is called Pixel Lab, as you can see it is reading here, right? So the first thing you do is to come to your background. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the tools that you would need to know. All right, I have some. So number one is this place now is just for you to select sizes and templates, right? Right, not necessarily great template, but just to guide you as you're working, the kind of size you can be working with, right? You can select all the sizes, right? So you can see this is for Twitter, this is Twitter header and all that. This is for Google, this is Facebook, this is A4 paper size. So you can just basically select any of these sizes you want to work with. Now, but for social media designs, we mostly use this first one, which is the square size, right? Now this place now, this A now, right? This A here is basically for text. So when you want to work on your text like this, you're going to click on this A, then place your hand here, and you're going to be able to edit your text, right? You can see edit, you can see delete, right? So if I want to add text, I'm going to come to this A2 and click on this plus, and I'm going to import new text to my background. So this place is for images. You want to import images. I'm just going to try to introduce you to all of this before we proceed with our design. It's not going to take time. All right, so this is for images. This is also for shape. If you want to create any shape, any kind of shape. This is a square. This is a circle. You just tap on this place, this box here, and then select your preferred shape. Right. So you're going to just keep changing shapes and all of that. So let's have that. Then you can have the Bezier tool if you want to create some kind of so I'm just introducing you to briefly introducing you to this, right? But as we're working on it, you're going to understand it, how to use it much better, right? So this place now is to work on your background. For instance, we have this color. Then if I click on this background, you can see where I'm tapping at the bottom of my screen. I click on this background and then come to color here and click on color. So I'm going to come to color, right? Then I can select the size, the color I want. Let's say I want white background because that's what I'm going to be using for this design. So I'm going to select it and click on outside on the screen and it will go out. So once I have changed my background to white, the next thing I'm going to do is to import the image I'm going to be using for this design. And remember what I said is to come here, right? This middle one, this middle tab right here at the bottom of my screen. Then come to import. So when you go to import, you are going to go to your phone folder and select the picture you want to use. I'm going to use this one. Now you can see that this picture has no background. Let me show you what I mean. Now you can see that this picture is just on the white background, right? And this white doesn't have any background. But then this is actually not the original picture. When you're talking about this is the original picture. So for you to remove background, you can just use the website for removing background, remove.bg, remove.bg, alright, or use slazer.com. Let me type it somewhere so you can just quickly go to the website and make use of it. Alright. You can just look for remove.bg. It's going to give you a pretty good result, or you look for slazer.com. So just upload the original image to the website and the website is going to help you remove the background and present the picture to you in this format. So you're going to try any of them and you get a pretty good result. So here is so I'm going to keep this image here, right? So I'm going to keep this image here, something like this is okay. All right, so something like this is going to serve us. So after keeping it here, that means I've chosen my kind of layouts I'm going to be using, because first of all, I have to choose your layout, the kind of layout you'll be using, because I can decide to actually keep this picture in the middle here, right? You've seen designs like that. I can actually decide to keep the picture here and to use here as my text, but I still have to check the one that will best suit it, and this is the best for this kind of content I have to put here. All right, so I would lock it. When you click here, this is layers, right? This is for layers, and then if you click here, you're going to see your elements or your layers, then you can play around with them. The next thing is to write my text. Remember how I say you want to write text, you come to this place, the Drew A, or the root A rather, and then you click on plus, then double click on this, either you double click or you click on edit, right? Then you're going to write 1 month complimentary mentorship, right? So something like this, a 1 month complimentary mentorship. So I'm going to keep it here, and I would come to my font, look at the font here, then click on the font, and I would come to my font. I'll look for the font I want to use, and this is the font I want to use for this design, right? This one or this. So make use of this. What do you think? You can make use of this one. So I'm going to increase the size of the text, right? So I'm going to increase the size this way maybe. Then I'm going to come to the place, right? Just keep watching my hands, you're going to get it right? So you're going to keep it here and come to color, then I'm going to make it pure black for now, right? So and then I'm going to copy it, then I'll change the color, right? Now remember why I'm working with all this color now is because that is the color code or the color palette rather of the brand I'm working with in this project, in this design now. So I'm going to search for, I'm going to enter the complete sentence for this program, right? Mentorship program. Now why am I doing this? I just love to play around my background, my headline, right? Instead of just writing it straightforward like this. And sometimes, so let me just show you what I'm going to do. I created a shape, right? And then I added this radius. You can see that the adding radius shape is curving, and then I decided to take this way. Look at the radius, I'm telling you, it's curving. So I'm going to keep this way, Then I'm going to keep this here. All right, then I would create another shape, make it white. I'll make it white, then move it to this place. Move it to this place, then copy it again, copy that shape again. You can see where they would copy. Then all right, so I have something like this and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to come to layers again. So no, click on that place, this bottom line, right, this place, right. Let me show you with an arrow. So we're going to click here, right, and then select the elements you want to merge, then click on this one, right, click on this one, then select the elements and then merge it. So when you've merged it, you can see the result of button. I'm going to come to erase color and then erase. One beautiful thing about this app is that it is very easy to understand once you know how to use it. Very easy to understand. So I'm going to just adjust this further. So I'm going to just keep adjusting it to match my preference, right? So now this, I'm going to bring here this one now, and I'll bring it to, I'll change the color first. I'll make it white, and then I'll bring it to front. You can see what I was trying to achieve using the that shape. You can see that it gives more attention to the headline, right? So the next thing I'm going to do in a design, if you want your design to stand out, you're going to have, or you're going to always have what we call hierarchy. And hierarchy is usually the arrangement of information or arrangement of elements in a piece of work, right? So all I did right now is that I copied this program, copied it, and I changed the color to black, and then I double clicked on it and deleted it. I'm going to place this here, right, then click OK. Then I'll keep reducing it. Why is it doing this? Because I have this turned on, so I have to turn it off, right? And I'm going to come to my fonts, come to regular, right? I'm going to come to regular. Then for this, I'm going to just highlight this one for both. Then I'm going to also highlight this one. I'm highlighting them because I want to put more attention. I want more attention to go there. That's all. That's the only reason I'm highlighting it. All right. Alright, so I'm going to keep it this way. So I'm going to import a shape now. Click here, right, then click on shape. Then once you just import anything, use your hand, adjust it, very easy peasy. Alright, then come to color and change your color. Alright, then select OK and move it to back. Alright, move it to back. Then there's another thing I want to show you right now, and that is I'm going to copy this shape, copy, then I'll keep it here. Then I'm going to just keep adjusting it. There's no perfect way, you should leave it, no perfect way at all. So I would want to move this upwards so that I can have more space below or at the bottom of my design, right? So I'm going to also move you up. So we're going to change the color of this to black. Change it to black, right? And come to this place, copy, what is it? Copy it and then delete. I'm going to put dollars, right? This mentorship program is valued at $10,000. Alright, so click here, copy, So I copy the text and double click on it. Then I'm going to write the equivalent of that money to Naira. Alright, so I'm going to keep this one here. Then I'm going to come copy this one too, and I would keep it here. Alright, then I come to this color. I'm going to look for a lighter green, because using a dark green or blue, a dark color on a dark color too, it's very very wrong, right? Very wrong. You can see that my background is white, and that's why I'm using black, I'm using blue and all that, because those are dark colors that I can make use of, right, in the white background like this. So the next thing I'm going to do, we're almost done with this design, is to come to import. I want to show you some dedicated images I got for this. I'm going to scroll down in my downloads. Under my downloads, I'm going to get them. Alright, so here is it. I'm going to copy this image. Copy, no, I'll click on it actually, not necessarily to copy. So just tap on it and then select OK. Then I'm going to keep increasing this. Alright, so I'm going to click on crop. I want just this one to show, not necessarily everything. I don't want it to look too much, alright, or too big. I don't want it to distract the program, the information I'm trying to communicate. So you can see I'm enlarging this. So I'm doing that for a purpose, and I'm going to show you right now. So after enlarging this, I'll move this thing behind me. You can see that it has given the design a different touch. But I don't want this color. I still want my color. Let me see the brand color that I'm working with. Then I'm going to come to color filter and start tweaking the color. I'm going to start tweaking the color to fit the event, so to fit the color palette of the brand. Alright, so something like this, and then I'm going to lock it. Now, how do you download images like that? For this one, now you just go online and look for good or coin images, right? Look for coin blurred images, then you can download. That was how I got this one actually. That's what I just told you. Alright, I think that is too much. Alright, so I'm going to copy it again. Copy. So when I copied it, I will click on relative position so it can come to middle. So when it's in the middle, I can reduce the size. Reduce the size. Then crop. I want to still crop this thing further. Alright, so I'm going to keep this here now, and I don't like the color it carries. So I'm going to come to color eraser, or color filter rather, and start tweaking it back to this color, which is our regular color for coins and all that, and that's actually what I'm using here. So the next thing I'm going to do is, so whenever you're designing a flyer like this, or a marketing communication designs like this, you are going to know how to arrange your text and images, right? You can see that this one, the text is by the left hand side, while the image is on the right hand side. So arrangement is very key, right? It's one of the principles of design called alignment, right? There's something I might want to do here. and just, yeah, this is the normal color, right? I just reverted everything, right? So we've got this. So the next thing is to put the date of the event, the date of the program, and the time and all that. So the first thing I will do is I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this, double click on it, and then edit. I'm going to write the date, which is I'm going to write June 17th, 2023. Come on. So this thing here now. So if you look at it, you would see that this is not very visible. And why is that? The principle of design called contrast means that you don't use dark colors on dark colors, because this black is dark and this blue is also a dark color. So if you use them together, you're going to get a very poor combination. But look at the black here. You can see that it is very visible here and you can see it clearly, right? But I can't keep it here because it will look very unarranged and very scattered rather. So I will keep it here and change the color. Come to color here and turn your color to white. Then I want to increase the weight of the font. So click on font and I'm going to still use the same font. Right, the thing you want to notice here is that I've been consistent with the font I am using. Right, so I'm going to use I'm going to lock this particular element so it won't be moving as I'm working. So I'm going to use this. I want to further increase it to bold. All right, so this is okay. So I can keep my date here, then click on it again, maybe copy it, then keep my time here, which will be 6 o'clock p.m. 6 o'clock p.m. prompt. So I might just keep it here. Whenever you notice that the line spacing is too much, you can just adjust it. And you can see that I'm getting this result using just my smartphone, and it's kind of pretty amazing, right? So it actually means that you don't have any limitation when it comes to learning your visual skill and all that, right? You can actually use anything you have and it won't really look bad in any way. Right, so this is not looking bad, right? Like I showed you the end result already before we started, and you could see that it was really awesome, right? So I'm going to import my items, right? First of all, I'm going to copy this, and keep it here. I'm going to change the color to this blue. All right, so I'll keep it here and probably reduce it, keep it here. Now I'm going to write the name of the speaker or the name of the mentor, Mr. Ugochukwu Omogo. Alright, so we're going to write this. Then I'm come to my line spacing and adjust it this way. Then start reducing the size. Alright, this is called hierarchy in design. Right, there are things you make big, there are things you make small, depending on their importance. Right? So the most important thing in this design is the 1 month complimentary mentorship. That's why I made it very big. All right. Then premium business mentor. Let me just put that up, please. Right. Double click. Then we're going to write premium business mentor. So I'm going to change the color to white. All right, then I would reduce it because I need it to enter here. Okay, I'll just use, when it's too small, you can just use the tool and adjust your work. Lock it. All right. All right, so this is pretty good. And then I just copy this copy this again and keep here, maybe master of wealth creation processes. So that is the niche, right? And we would want it to be added to the flyer, so I'm going to just add it there. So I'm going to add it here beside me, right? Okay, so the last thing is to import our icons. Now, how to get icons? You can just go to Google or go to your browser and look for icons that you need, right? Just search for the name of the icon. Let's say you're looking for an icon to represent dates, an icon to represent time. Now, icons are used when you don't want to use text to write, right? You can just put an icon, and it's just used to communicate visually, right? So let's double click and then triple click. Right, so what happens when you do that? It gives you opportunity to select as many options as you want instead of just once. So I think I've already gone very far. I have all these downloaded already, right? So what okay, this is the date icon. I'm going to import it now. So I'm going to select another one. Alright, so this is the time icon. So I'm also going to select the venue of the event, which is Zoom. Alright, so I have the Zoom icon here, so I'm going to click on it, and that will be all. I think that will be all I'll be needing. Alright, so I'm going to select this, then select this, make it circle. Alright, then select these two. You can see how I made it circle just by clicking here, right? So it will turn the image to a circle. Alright, so you can now select it. Alright, so these are all my icons. So I'll just start playing around with icons to see what I achieve with them, right? Or basically I'll just import them and put where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to keep this one here now. Then this one I will also carry it. Then I'm going to change the color. First of all, for you to change the color of an icon, you have to erase the color, right? Then when you erase it, then you can now come back to color and select your preferred color. Right, so this is my color on it just here. Then I'm going to keep this date here. Definitely you have to keep it close to the date, right? That's the principle of design called proximity. Then we're going to repeat the same thing, erase color on this one. We're going to repeat the same thing here, and we can come back to color and select the same color we used for the date. Use the same thing for the time. I think we changed it. This is a mistake, right? So this one is supposed to be here. Alright, supposed to be here. Let's adjust it properly. So the date is supposed to be the other way. You get it, right? Then I'm going to add something like this. Copy this with lighter font. Then I'm going to change my text to white, my font. So I'll click on it, and then I'll just write tools on Zoom, right? So that's just the idea on the portrait there. Alright, so that's more like saying venue. Alright, so this is all I have here. So next thing I'm going to do is to import the logos of the brands. But first of all, let me put something that was in the other flyer. Let me just show you. There's this image I blurred, right? Now this is it, right? Now this is just the whole idea of this mentorship program is all about money and wealth creation and all that. So when you're designing, design is all about representing an idea, a concept, um, or anything in a visual format. So being able to express an idea visually such that people understand your idea. So I'm going to just play around it and see how I can bring in the idea, the concept of money here, and that's why you saw me using coin. Um, you saw me using coin, then I'm also using this. This is dollar, but I have to make it blurry so it doesn't attract much attention like the major information I'm trying to communicate. Right. So the last thing we'll do, sorry, last thing we'll do is to import the logo of this brand. Then I'm going to come to this place and get this. Then I'm also going to come to this place. These are our places I saved the logo. So just locate the folder where the logo was sent to you and make use of it. Now this one now, I'm going to keep it here. All right. So keeping this one here. Keeping this one. So I'm going to put something here. I'm going to erase color. All right. Now I'm doing this because the original logo file wasn't sent to me. If I had the original logo file, I would just go on and put it there, but then it has a background which I have to erase. That's why I did that there. Right, so I'll have to keep this here. Now logos are just there for identity sake. So whenever you're putting a logo, you have to ensure that you make that small as possible so that you don't end up clustering your work with the logo or something like that. Right, I'm trying to make some space up there. Let me just adjust a few things and I think we're done with this. All right, so this is okay. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm trying to achieve. So there's this principle of design called alignment, and that is means that all your work must be aligned in a straight line. All right. All your work must be aligned properly in a straight line. All right. So you can see that I can ensure that they are all aligned properly, including your text. All right. So that's how careful you will be whenever you design a marketing communication design, or whenever you're creating one, or whenever you're working on layouts, you have to be careful with all of these arrangements, right? So I think we've gotten the similar result from what I showed you earlier. Let me just, so when you're done with your design, the first thing you do is to save it as a project. Let's just say as tutorial or IT. You can just save it with any name that suits you. All right, then just save it and then come to image, save as image. So I save it as a project. It means that even if I close this app, whenever I come back, go to my project, you see that I'm going to see it here. Look at it, it's already saved. My most recent work. This was the old one we did that we're trying to replicate now. Do you get it? So we got the same result. All right. So trying to do something, put the name in one line, something like this. So once we're done with this, you click on project, this icon here, right on top here. Then click on it. Then click on save as image. Then I'm going to select PNG. I always prefer to use PNG, or I don't know. Then it can retain quality more than the JPG. That's why. Then I will use Ultra to get the best of the quality. Then it's going to render your image. Just give it a little time, just a few seconds, and it's saving. So let's see what we have achieved. So I'm going to go to my gallery and let's see it. So this is what we've been able to achieve. Is it close to what we saw? Yeah, very close to it. Right now, this is it. So go ahead and do your own. You can use any random images to create your own as a practice, and you can reach out to me using the the WhatsApp number or the email that will be put out on this description link on the description link. All right. So yeah, you can ask me any question, and if you have anything you're trying to learn about graphic design, you can also reach out and I would be glad to help you. Whether you have your phone or your laptop, I would be glad to help you get started with your skill, get started with the graphic design and skill, using your skill and monetizing your skill also online. All right. So thank you for hanging on, and we'll call it a day. Yeah.